Movie Time is brought to you by the Gateway Film Center, 1550 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio. Further details and showtimes online at gatewayfilmcenter.com.
The award-winning It's Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to the shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
Now look, I may not sound like it, but I am John DeSando.
And I probably look like it, but I'm Wayne Miller.
And this is
It's Movie Time. And we've got special guests here today.
Yeah, we do.
That joined us.
Some of Wayne's friends,
Right.
any of you who have ever been at his office at Franklin University, would know that these are only a few of the friends that he has in that office.
Well, a good friend Karen from work provided most of them, but my good friends I saw the movie with, the Hakes, who've been guests on your show, and supplied Audrey and me each with like little dinosaurs. And so we've got our toys here, kind of like the character in today's movie we're reviewing.
It's Jurassic World.
Yep.
Now, Wayne, first weekend, $500 million worldwide.
Wow.
Does it measure up?
Oh, I think it does. It's the perfect summer movie, and of course executive produced by Steven Spielberg, who invented the summer movies way back in '76 with Jaws. And but basically, John, like Keith and Lilith said Saturday night when we saw the movie, it's a basic movie about a boy and his dogs. But these little dogs, these raptors, are certainly not going to be finding Timmy down a well because they'll eat him if they did.
Well, I like to think that Spielberg has a little more depth than that. Yep. And there are some who interpret him as being obsessed with death.
Could be.
Yeah, and avoiding death or facing death, and for everybody, but kids especially.
Oh, for a summer movie, and it's a perfect summer movie. That was, and of course, the godfather of summer movies is the executive producer of this movie, Steven Spielberg, way back in the mid-'70s with Jaws, which was the perfect summer movie, and this one is too. Death, there's some morbidity in his movies.
Yes, that's strange because most people don't see that.
Yeah.
But scholars who look at it would confirm what you're saying. He is maybe concerned that young people face the reality of death. I don't know what in the end all of it is. Because Amblin Entertainment, which is his production company, is pretty much it has the logo of the bicycle going across the moon.
Yeah, with E.T.
E.T.
on the basket.
So it's pretty lighthearted and lyrical. But if you look at these from Jaws to Jurassic World, we're facing some pretty toothy monsters.
No pun intended there. Well, and how perfect, because people like to go during the summer to theme parks. And at theme parks, they like to ride these death-defying rides. And so in this one, you talk about a death-defying ride, that these poor folks at Jurassic World would have.
I mean, isn't it, when they're flying in to this island off of Costa Rica, which is Jurassic World, and I forget what they call the isle, but
Isle of Nubar or something like that.
Right. Anyway, but as they
from
come
the original movie,
and
there's throwbacks of the original movie too in this.
They fly in there, and it's like flying into Disney World.
Yep, it is.
I mean, and it's beautifully appointed. It's lovely. So that it has all the tropes that we've come to expect because of Disney, and yet kind of insulating us from the reality of what's down there as we look at this beautiful place. Yeah.
Well, like we were saying about Spielberg and his maybe kind of death wish, he likes to mask these movies with the entertainment, like appealing to the kid and all of this. What kid does not love dinosaurs?
What I like about this, too, is it's not totally removed from the reality of the world. For instance, what's driving this park and the monstrous mutations is the corporation.
Yes. Oh, not only corporation, but almost the military-industrial type of thing, represented by a great character actor who chews the scenery more than the dinosaurs in this movie, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Shameless.
Oh, yeah. But he's representing, he sees the military aspects of using these dinosaurs as weapons.
Yes.
And but the others, like you said, and using science, it hits on a lot of things. The corporatization of America, the use of science, and here it's not just a clone of of a dinosaur from an old fossil. It's basically all these gene splice. This is a T-Rex, Indominus Rex, I think is what they called it,
right, yeah.
which basically is a T-Rex on steroids.
And therein lies the point. As in the films themselves, as in these blockbusters, they have to get bigger and better.
Yes.
In order to entertain a jaded audience.
Right.
And so Spielberg, and I shouldn't say this, it is Colin Trevorrow who actually did directed and did some of the writing.
Yes.
But there's no way Steven Spielberg could have let this alone.
No. Well, and you see some other types of Spielberg touches in this, like it trying to appeal to all ethnic and racial and age groups in this movie, and particularly with the two brothers who go to visit their aunt. And so you got the little preteens go appeal to the younger kids, and then you got the teenager that the teenagers who'll flock to this movie in droves can identify with as he's flirting around and using his iPhone and to text back and forth with his girlfriend.
Well, then and you have an Indian who is the financier.
Yes.
Played by Irfan Khan.
Yes. Yep.
And then.
D.B. Wong, who was in the original Jurassic Park. Yes. Yeah, one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite shows, Law and Order Special Victims Unit. D.B. Wong plays the mad scientist. But you've got a little bit of everything here.
Oh, yeah. And they seem to have covered, and that scientist covering the Asians in particular, so that part of the world is well covered.
Yeah.
And then you have the hammy American with D'Onofrio.
Yes. Yes.
And Chris Pratt.
He is going to be, I think, a big Hollywood action figure. And in an interview I saw on TV with him, he mentioned that they're in talks with him as they reboot. And they love to reboot these franchises. The reboot of the Indiana Jones movies with him. And I could see him in that role because he's got kind of that Harrison Ford appeal of wit and humor, but he could kick butt.
And this is Chris Pratt again now.
Yes.
Who played in the first Jurassic Park?
Sam Neill.
Oh, Sam Neill, that's right.
And Jeff Goldblum, who was in the first two Jurassic Park
movies. I miss him.
And then Sam Neill was back for the third Jurassic World.
But don't you miss Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah,
it's just something so sardonic about him.
Yes, because just kind of this not giving a crap type of attitude, and that was kind of missing here. But I think Chris Pratt, though, did with his wit and humor and played very well against.
And I think you're right. I think he underplayed with his wit. He just let everything else in this movie. I think he really he kind of pulls back and lets things happen, and he's there as the strong, heroic type. Then we have Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes, Ronnie Howard's Opie's.
And
a big blockbuster filmmaker himself.
Right.
And his daughter, who does a very good job.
Who looks very much like Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, doesn't she?
Red-haired beauties. What are you saying? You're going to pull three of them together?
Yeah. A cute bit there when she's all ready to go to action. She kind of strips down, gets all ready, and ties her like a little power suit top, and is ready to go and kick some butt too. And she does a good job in that.
One of the motifs is that she is always in high heels.
Yes.
And she even runs in high heels. So there's a lot of speculation as to what they're trying to say. And I suspect it's just that she's a careerist park manager.
Yes.
She's blinded by her ambition.
Yeah.
Like the corporation, she's just lost a sense of her values, which we know, without spoiling anything, will come back to her. So she's playing it. So those high heels serve kind of an interesting little metaphor for it. But she's, and there are times when I think the women are so ill-served in these movies.
Yeah.
The crying and the stress.
But I thought what's interesting though, and this I think is another Spielberg touch, is the whole thing hitting on family.
Oh boy.
Spielberg is big on hitting anything dealing with family and family relationships in the movies. You see it in Jaws, you see it in all those best movies, and in this one you see it too, as the two boys go there and there's talk about their parents divorcing, and they're going to go spend quality time with their aunt, who really hasn't much of a relationship, not with even the boys, but particularly her own sister, the boy's mother. But you find that it kind of, and this is the one thing that I kind of found about the movie. It all kind of wrapped up everything in a nice, neat bow. and the most unbelievable part to me is the use of the dinosaurs at the end and their thinking mechanism. But everything all wrapped up very neatly, except for probably several hundred tourists who are kind of carried away by these. I thought they were pterodactyls, but they're actually called pteranodons.
Well, also three of the bad boys are raptors.
Yes.
Who are that Pratt has become buddies with, and
yeah.
that's part of the magic of this, is treating them like as if they were dogs or whatever, but treating them like animals. But like they are animals, which he has to remind us. They are animals. They are thinking, sentient. No matter how you got them there, they're there. I thought this is a nice job. And one other thing we don't want to forget is that we take for granted the CGI.
Oh.
And I am still, as many movies as I have seen, I am still enthralled with the magic of CGI.
And the interaction these dinosaurs have when they swoop down on mankind. And that's why my favorite scene is the one with these pterodactyl-like pterodons, or whatever they're called, swooping down on Main Street of the theme park and snatching up some of the unsuspecting tourists. Great, and attacking the helicopter. I mean, that to me was better than the I-Rex and the T-Rex fight.
And it's also a reflection of Spielberg's interest in old movies, Hitchcock's birds.
Well, yeah, very good, yeah. Homage to the master with the birds and swooping
All right,
down.
I can tell. With all of our little friends here, we could go on forever. But it comes to that point, Wayne Miller. The film is Jurassic World.
Yep.
And what grade would you apply to this film?
B. Very good movie. Is it a lot to think about? Really, no. And I think a B because of just some of the, to me, it was A, quality, but B, when it came to some of the unbelievable stuff of how much that they thought that the raptors could really think, and the T-Rex and stuff like that. And set up for a good sequel, though, because as the mad scientist takes off with some of these embryos or whatever, and that they'll be back for a sequel.
Yeah, and now that I get a chance to give my grade, I'm also going to give it a B.
Yeah.
Because if you want to have the bejesus scared out of you, see Jurassic World.
You're absolutely right. Very good. Well, as we're going to attack all the little fellas here.